CYT is you end up with, my kids end up with a lot of moms, and I end up with a lot of kids that I can give birth to. It's pretty special. So on that happy note, also I forgot, I probably should talk about Maybelle for a second, because she's kind of that kid. She was like Amanda. She grew up, I think she was 3 when we started CYT. So she waited years to be able to audition for a show. And this has been life-changing for her as well. And I think most of you guys know Maybelle, and most of you have watched her grow up and have watched her blossom into who she is today. And I have to say that CYT has just been very special to all of my kids, our whole family, and it has molded them into wonderful, amazing people that I'm so proud of. And I don't know that I could have done that all on my own, so I'm very, very thankful that we've had CYT to turn to. On that note, I am going to now turn it over to Miss Erica Watts. Erica has been involved with CYT almost since the beginning, I think since the first season. So, and she was involved for several years. So on that wonderful note, Miss Erica is going to come talk for a few minutes.
I'm going to stand up here. I wrote mine out because otherwise I'll talk for years and that gets weird. So, I'm Erica Watts. I started with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which was the 3rd CYT show. I started off in CTP, and I met a lot of people, and we ended up doing CYT together. I was talking to my parents as I was trying to write this, so that I can keep my thoughts straight. I often tell people these were the best years of my life, and I wish I could relive them over again. I was talking to Sierra, all of our crazy sleepovers, and weird things that happened at sleepovers, weird videos that came out of that. And just Friday and Saturday rehearsals, we were always with these same people. And I hope that my children have experiences like that. So, I'm gonna read this so that I don't get off topic. All right. So as I try to write out the words that I would like to say, I find myself at a loss. What may seem like a simple speech to give or video to participate in actually means so much more to me than one may think. When Terry reached out to me back in December of last year, I had no idea what this acapella project would turn out to be. And though I wanted to opt out of participating because I knew this year would be a jam-packed, busy one, a part of me just couldn't or didn't want to say no. Hearing from him and learning about his plans for the project brought back all the wonderful memories from my childhood. We would all be here all day if I talked about any of them all. You see, when I first met Terry, I was just a little girl who loved nothing more than to sing and dance and bring joy to people through music. Performing was and is in my DNA. It fills a void in my life that I never even knew existed. When I joined CYT, Terry was one of the first directors to see something in me that no one else had. He saw a light, and he always made sure that I knew it. No matter lead, chorus, or dancer, Terry made sure that I always felt seen. He always poured into me the love of Jesus and the passion for music and theater. I wanted nothing more than to do the same with my life. I made plans to study musical theater at a university and live the dream in a big city. I mean, what else was I going to do when music was all that I had or had known? However, fast forward to me now. You know, college did not come easy for me, which I had selfishly taken as a surprise. I always loved being around people, making new friends, exploring new places, but you see, I never had actually had to be myself until I was out on my own. No friends from home, no theater groups, no Friday, Saturday rehearsals, just me, myself, and I in a whole new world. Theater reference. Looking back, I had finally begun to understand that I was always hiding behind the characters that I would play, that my entire life was filled with music and theater and dance, and I had grown up with people that I didn't need to get to know because we had always known each other. It now came time for me to be Erica Watts, and honestly, I had no idea who she was. I was frustrated with myself, doubting my abilities to perform academically, missing classes, coming home often, and struggling to make new friends. Freshman year, I was packed up and ready to throw in the towel for many reasons. I felt like I was making a mistake pursuing education when all I really wanted to do was music. Sorry. But I stayed, and my parents slowly breathed life back into me and encouraged me that I had a bigger purpose. One that, though difficult, I may not understand right now. It reminded me of all those times that I didn't get the part I wanted or I worked so hard for, I felt like I'd failed, wasn't good enough, or didn't deserve it. Here I was taking for granted the opportunity that so many individuals don't have at their disposal, let alone the encouragement from so many loved ones around me. Now here I am, 1 month from graduation. Throughout my years at ICU, I had the opportunity to work with so many individuals with disabilities. However, the special part was that I always chose to incorporate music into so much of what I did in and out of the classroom. I had the opportunity to teach individuals who were blind to play the piano or the drums. I sang with a boy who couldn't calm his mind long enough to speak. And I watched a young girl overcome her muscle spasms caused by cerebral palsy while she played the bass guitar. Music can change lives and heal the hurt. I have firsthand experienced this in my own life. In writing this, I thought back to the first role that Terry cast me in Annie. I was star to be. As I was thinking about my time in this role, like I tell my students, when you have the internet at your disposal, Google it. So I did. The first page that popped up was Broadway.com, of course. The article began, in theater, some small roles can lead to very big things. Take the aptly named star to be in Annie. Over the past 35 years, this cameo of a wide-eyed newcomer to New York launched the careers of Broadway belter Laurie Beachman and two-time Tony winner Sutton Foster. That statement in itself is a loaded one, and looking back, what a privilege it was to kickstart my theatrical career with a role that has changed the lives of many actresses who have taken it on. But I kept thinking about the line, some small roles can lead to very big things. This role for me was the beginning of a journey that would bring so much joy and happiness and love into my life. Little did Terry know, and myself, know that star to be meant more than a role in theater. Though I had always aspired to be a star on stage, he had a better idea. I wouldn't go on to be a star on stage, but instead a star in the stage of my life. A light to those who may be in the dark or unseen. A star to shed light on the special education system that is unfortunately lacking benefit to so many students and families. And a star that may be the only beacon of light in a student's large and complicated life. That is the star to be that I want people to see in me. So when I first heard the final vocal product of the project, I cried, of course, and called Terry immediately. I just was so thankful that he asked me to be a part of something so close to his heart and to mine. But then on the day of the shoot, as I was driving back home, I realized something, that this was the closure for me that I needed. Being a part of this project has brought music back into my life, and with some of the same individuals that it started with. More importantly, this project reminded me of who Erica Motz is. She's the same girl with the same light inside of her, but in a way that is far greater a plan than she had for herself. That was why Terry's project has meant so much to me. I pray that I can touch many, many lives in my time here on earth, just like Terry Miller has touched mine. Thank you, Terry, for always believing in me. Though it took me a while to understand my feeling of purpose in this life, I can't thank you enough for being an imperative part of my journey. Thank you to the donors, the video team, recording studio team, parent volunteers, Jan, the arrangers, and us girls. Without you, we would not have had this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do what we love together again, one more time.
Thank you, Erica. That was so beautiful. I never really got to know Erica. She kind of left as we were coming in, so I didn't really ever get to know her. I knew who she was.